I know my experience is not, well, I don't know. Some of it is like unthinkable, but I know there's other people who go through that in their own lives. Maybe it's aspects of my situation and my story. Maybe dealing with manipulative, vile people who make them feel like puppets. May you wake up to your power and realize that you can pull the string back and trip the puppeteer and know that you're probably stronger than them anyway. Um, Anybody dealing with bullies, understand that they're all troubled people. And if it's so easy for them to inflict hate onto you, know that you don't need to seek revenge because they're already tormented being themselves. Whatever they deal with in their own lives, whatever is on their own spirit, is torture enough. Word to Liz the Wiz. Um, you know, to anybody dealing with feeling like the black sheep, feeling isolated, feeling alone, um, it's a challenging space to be. Because loneliness can come from, I feel, or at least what I'm familiar with, maybe it could be another situation, but I feel like either you're ostracized into loneliness or you isolate yourself because you realize that certain spaces aren't for you and it's not safe for you, or it's not respectful and all these things. And just so out of you preserving your peace of mind, you isolate yourself. If that's your situation, my hat says off to you. Kudos to you. I respect that because you got into a space to some degree, whether you recognize it or not, where you respect yourself enough to know that this space doesn't deserve this, or I don't deserve to be treated like this. I don't like how I'm being treated here, so I'm not going to be here. Because it's another thing, and it's tough when you know that, but you're stuck in those situations temporarily. Like, say if it's a job and you got to pay your bills, and you're dealing with mean people, mean spirited individuals that will take time out of their life to not even try to get to know you or hear your side, but be quick to attack, to be quick to be like, oh, I heard this and this and this about this person. Yeah. And what I heard from you was during a space on a platform that invaded your privacy. But so what? I'm going to attack you anyway. Knowing that you deserve that, know that you deserve better than that, and knowing that you love yourself and respect yourself enough to know that it's better for you to eject yourself out of the situation rather than stoop yourself down to a level where that energy is. It takes courage. It takes courage and it takes bravery. And, anybody that may have been in that situation or maybe going through that, know that you can get through it. Don't lower yourself to understand these people. I mean, yes, understanding is important, but put yourself first. And, for anybody that may have been forced into a situation of being ostracized, you know, and you might feel lonely and you sometimes compromise your own integrity and your self respect by going back to certain people or certain spaces because you feel lonely. For one, don't blame yourself. I'm going to give you grace. Some people criticize for that, and it's like, oh, you should have known better. Why would you go back? Again, like I went through that season of giving people chance after chance after chance, hoping that it was going to be better, hoping that they were on the same mindset with me. Like, I want to be better. I don't want to be the person that messed this up. I want to be better than that. So maybe they see that. Maybe they see my growth. They see that I really care to change. Maybe they see that. And really, the whole time is a setup. And, I just hope anybody that's ever been through that, I hope you don't blame yourself for that, you know, especially when you're used to spaces, you're used to people, you're used to certain things, and you're used to habits. It takes a while to break away from that. Even when logically you deserve better, but sometimes you fall for the bait and, whatever. We all make those mistakes. And people will try to do Jedi mind tricks to make, you feel like you're being manipulative. But really, honestly, the reality is that you're more powerful than you think you are. And you may have even manifested and controlled the situation of someone else trying to control you. For example, if you've prayed for something like strength or knowledge or to be smarter in a certain area in your life, you might deal with situations and people that are going to challenge that. And although it feels like you might not be in control, you're in control of the whole thing. And there's many times where I've come to that realization where I'm just like, damn, I fell for that. But then at the same time, I was like, actually, no. I was, for one, already going to do that. And I already had that thought days ago, but for me to manifest that, maybe this person is being used to try to make me feel like I'm being used, but also remind me of something that I was already going to do anyway. So maybe that person was just a catalyst to get my original idea going anyway. So, and that happens more times than not. So really, and in those situations, you might feel like, okay, damn, I'm losing control. But really, you were in control the whole time because it was your idea, your thought, your own manifestation. And even though how that manifestation came through a channel that you might not have wanted to deal with, but it ultimately got your goal accomplished anyway, and really you're in control of this whole thing, you know? I know I'm in control of this whole thing, even regardless of what other people's perspectives are and what people think and all those things. Like, these other humans' opinions really don't fucking matter because God matters. The Most High, the all of this that's above any human and any spirit, any deity that's above it all matters the most. And once you clear out the noise and get tapped into that, and you realize even the challenging circumstances, like as traumatizing and abusive as it has been, and people might have think, oh, they got their lick, but it's like everything thrown my way only made me 30 times more resilient. It made me 30 times smarter. It made me 30 times sharper. It made me 30 times better. And although it was exhausting to deal with, everything that was supposed to tear me down only made me stronger. It made me 30 times more powerful, or 90 times more powerful. And I'm grateful for the mindset to be able to see that and know that absolutely no fucking body on this planet can take that away from you. It's really your mindset and how you choose to see this world. And all is mind. Hermetic principle 1. But also it's a universal law too. The law of mentalism. It's really your mind. That's why people try to attack your mental health. That's why the conversation of mental health, aside from the connection with my mom, but because you could be in the wildest situation, but it's really your mindset. If you can be in the eye of the storm and still find a way to find gratitude in that storm and know, you know what? They tried to bury me, but I'm a seed that's going to grow and blossom into something beautiful in my lifetime. Yeah, I'm in the midst of this storm, but I know this rain is going to water the soil. Yeah, you know, I might be dealing with these attacks and whatever, but I built up the armor to deal with it. Everything that may be thrown your way is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to gain strength. Period. Everything that was orchestrated, planned, mistakes that I've made, whatever, were all lessons to get me to who I am today. And regardless of what anybody has to say, I'm grateful to know that I love myself and I'm worthy of that love. I know I'm worthy of the respect that I give myself, and I'm worthy of everything that I deserve in life. And I welcome karma, because if karma is going to hold me accountable for my mistakes, I'll receive that. But I also know that I put out good energy. I know I put out messages of love. I know I put out messages of resilience and to empower people. And even if it comes off, even if it's through a fuck them people, sometimes you need to hear that if it's going to empower you, especially when you try to make it work with those people and you realize they're not an energetic match. If you're trying to elevate and these people are trying to pull you down, yeah, fuck them people. Bless them that hopefully in their journey they can elevate. Maybe their elevation is somewhere over there and not where you are. But for the sake of your peace of mind and your mental health and your drive to keep going and keep learning and growing, like, I don't know, I don't know, for me, like, I had to just, like, if confidence, if they say, like, something that Cat Williams said in that the infamous um, interview was something along the lines of it's a skill to have to know the it's a skill to know the difference between confidence and delusion. And honestly, I feel like sometimes you need both. Okay. And at the same, because the world will try to make you feel like you're delusional for believing in yourself. And I feel like that's the basics to be anything that you want in this world. It starts with believing in you. Because if not you, then who? And if you're blessed to have somebody see something in you and believe in you when you might be in a space where you don't believe in yourself, then cherish that. Take that and let that fuel you. But there are some people in the world that don't have that. And if you don't, that's who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to those people. I'm speaking to those people where you might not have the support. You might have everybody betting against you. You might have everybody that wants to condemn you for the many times that you fucked up, despite your efforts to try to be better. And even in those efforts, you stumble and fall sometimes. And you might not have anybody around you that says you're worthy of another chance. You can still get up and keep going. Then I'll be that for you, because I didn't have that and I had to be that for me. So I want other people to know you can keep going. You can win, even when the world deems you to be a failure, even when the world deems you to be blackballed and canceled and defined by whoever's heart you broke, or defined by the time you ain't show up for this person, or the time where you were in a financially low space, so you had to do things that compromised your integrity just to try to get ahead, and you might have did it with the wrong people or people that you loved, and burnt bridges that way. And you might not be proud of those moments, but those moments don't define who you are, especially if you can have recognized, okay, this wasn't a good move, I'm not proud of that, and every day I'm going to show up better than that moment, because I know I'm better than that. And I know anybody that I work with going forward is going to know that. And if they have to orchestrate and plan and strategically make moves in situations to bait you into doing that, if they have to go out of their way to try to bait you into falling into your old habits, because in a organic situation it wouldn't happen, that says more about them than it does you. So keep going. Don't stop. Keep growing. The right people are going to recognize. And again, I'll end this on what I said in the beginning. Thank you to the people who genuinely have shown support. I know people use that as a bait. I know people use acting like they support me as a bait to get me to watch their content and then say some shit to be like, oh, nah, fuck you. Again, it shows more about your character than it does me, because I know who I am and I love who I am, and I know I'm coming for everything that's mine. And one of these days, I'll be at one of these events with y'all and I'll dare y'all to say it to my face. But until then, thank you to the people who genuinely have supported me. Now, and if you're in a comedic space, I understand, game, you make a joke about anybody, and I could take a joke about myself. It's another thing where it's disrespectful, and it's another thing where it's just like not true at all. But I could take certain jokes about myself, but I understand there are certain people who went out on a limb to challenge what nobody else is saying, and I really appreciate that. I do. Um, and I know that's not easy, because people will try to cancel you for that. They'll try to cancel you for calling out the fact that it's actually pretty inhumane to invade someone's privacy, make a mockery out of going through their personal belongings, tracking someone's menstrual cycle, and strategically trying to do magic spells to manipulate someone based on those things because someone's family member offered to buy them clothes and then they're mad that you took the offer. But okay. And if there was ever an issue, it could have been addressed with a transparent conversation, especially people that you've been close to and friends that you considered loved ones for many years. You know? But that's another live stream for another time. But again, thank you for people who spoke out against that. Because I know it's not popular to do. But it will be. You're ahead of your time. We're all ahead of our time. And like I said, history is luck. Because what's being promoted to do is worse than any mistake that I've made. And again, I'm not scared to talk about my mistakes. I will expose myself, and I do it in a way where one, I own my narrative, and two, I know my situation and my story can inspire somebody else. I know there's people who look at my situation like, damn, that's it. I did way worse than that. And I know there's people who might look at my situation. It's like, yo, I don't know how this girl's still going. How? God and the God in me. And on that note, answering the question of religiousness, like I said before, I like to think of myself as somebody that's Unitarian. I have respect for other people's religious beliefs, and I feel like multiple things can be true at once, especially if it works. Like if it works for other people, you know, I wouldn't necessarily call myself a Christian. However, I did grow up going to like a Christian church from time to time, not a lot. And I went to a Catholic school, and I couldn't stand it at the time. But there is definitely some that's been instilled in me that's helped me get through this circumstance. Certain prayers and different things. Like shout out to the nuns at Villa Victoria. Um, Specifically, Sister Elamine. I hope she doesn't watch this because Lord, I was cussing through this. But simple things like praying to Saint Anthony to help you find things. And he be coming through. Now I need him to help me find some bigger things. But but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the things that have. But also, I trust God. I trust divine timing. And again, everything that was meant to tear me down has only made me stronger. So I know everything is always working out for me, and absolutely nothing can take me down. And I already won. So it's just a matter of time. I already won the battle, won the war, won everything. Everything that's mine belongs to me. It's just space and time. Because I'm already ahead of time. I'm already ahead. Like I'm an Aquarius. Age of the Aquarius. And we early. Um, but yeah, we're in an interesting space. Okay, actually,